Hello and welcome back to Observer. Third time lucky, I've actually restarted. We're at 110. Gonna try and see what is behind this door. I'm gonna do it slowly. I'm prepared. That's the same monster. That's me. That is exactly the same. Wow, okay. So why is that behind an immaculate door? Have I changed my mind and feel that immaculates are monsters? Because I have augmentations? I don't know. That was weird. Okay. Alright, so we finally figured out what that was, but I don't figure out why that is the case. Anyway, it's time to hunt down the serial killer, the one that's been killing everyone. We're gonna mask and we're gonna confront. Gotta be careful here because the game seems to crash when you go too fast. So, still up. So we're following the, if you remember, the killer got hurt by Jack, wounded, because Jack had a sword in his cane, secretly hidden, and stabbed the killer. The killer has gone to the attic. Why the attic? We briefly saw the killer there. So we're right on his tail. Again, you see a lot of birds, and the mystery of why there are so many birds is about to be solved. So if you've picked up all the roses, you'll find another rose here. So the killer is actually breeding the birds.
No, for fuck's sake, Gertrude. Give me a break.
So these are the roses. We'll find out more about that in a moment. But basically, our wife had four roses placed on her grave, and this is part of our memory, which is being infiltrated. Again, the observer is being observed while he observes everyone else, and I guess the observer who's observing us is going through memories like this and retracing the steps of what happened. At the end of the game, you'll see to what extent. They love the whole jumping bird scene to scare the daylights out of you. Now there is a door handle here. Do not touch it. Go past the door handle and pick up your next card. Okay. So that's the reason why the killer is quite. Where's the door handle? The killer seems to be quite.
What the hell are you, anyway? Time to get some answers. Setting up a crime scene.
Voice recorder module malfunction.
To hell with it.
And this is what has been killing everyone. So if we go here.
Third-degree burns all over. No wonder there's anything left of him.
So the killer is dead. He's jumped down but landed into exposed wires. We seem to have missed all those wires. This is the server room of the entire tenement building. The server seems to be actually broken. It's 2084, the sequel, you'll actually see the intact server. So there seems to be something wrong with this one. So everything gets bypassed to the next building, I believe. I believe that's how it works.
Lucky me.
So we can
The
hack
neural implants still reinforced skeleton, hydraulic joints. Victims never had a chance. His claws match the cuts on the victims. This is definitely our man.
So basically, this individual, purposely created themselves to look like a wolf for some unknown reason, and created themselves into becoming a killing machine. And we're about to jack into the serial killer to find out why. And I can see that the date of birth 2057. You can see they're a C-class person, and they've already been dead 17 minutes. And that the person's name is Vida Medersky. Okay, let's go straight into it.
God knows why you fucking kill people. But I want my fucking son back.
Alright, this is not going to be good. We keep jacking into dead people. Not a good thing. And on top of that, now a serial killer. Much, much worse. But there's enough electrical stimuli. It is possible that we were jacking into these people while they were alive to some degree, and the observer is observing us, is making us think that we jacked into them when they were dead. I don't think that's the case. I think we're really jacking into dead people.
Leave me alone!
Now we have, going back into Victor's early past days.
Once upon a time, there lived in a certain village a little country girl, the prettiest creature who was ever seen.
So that's actually referring to Victor's sister. Well, Anka. We'll find out a little bit later. So their family already had a little girl, and she was pretty. She was beautiful. Now, if you go over to the side here, you will find another card, and you can pick that up. Nanopage card. They are the developers, the creators of the game, who have put themselves with Nanopage. So the whole tenement building was built with a holographic system. That's what this whole thing does, and so that's the whole point of that one. Now we're following a deer. Now at first it doesn't seem to make any sense, but it will soon. So you can go into some of these doors. So I wasn't expecting the eye. Why was that one already open for me? What, the deer opened the door?
Look at him. Isn't he just the cutest thing?
So, at first, that is our mother. Victor's mother. And you'll notice I've now crashed down into the ground. So certain things are out of my reach now.
Something's not right. Just look at it.
But our father didn't accept us because of a biological abnormality. Maybe done through the phage, maybe because of other things.
I don't have time for this.
Not now, Victor. Mommy needs to rest. Go and play, okay?
I don't know where my sister is actually. So we spent a lot of time by ourselves. Evidently our family just wasn't there. And as we go down, we sort of went down into our own little world, into our own little secret place. Now we're going to enter into this secret place that as we got older, it became all too real. Can't play any of this stuff.
Victor! Victor!
He had cut only a few strokes when he saw the red cap shining through. He cut a little more, and the girl jumped out and cried, "Oh, I was so frightened. It was so dark inside."
Mommy, why did the wolf have to die?
So it's interesting that Victor started relating very quickly to the predator in the story. And if we go down this way first.
You're doing well. Keep it up.
So that is a very strange voice that was having a conversation with him, and he's kind of manipulating Victor. Eventually we'll identify that voice as Adam, but he's creating a persona.
Yeah. What's wrong with his legs?
That might be our father, I think. So our abnormality was our legs, hence why we had them locked off and had to mentally put onto us.
Good. Just like that.
Okay, that was a bit weird. So we're going to continue on now. Gonna go in that door. Gonna go in that door. We've got a nanophage card in here. Somewhere. Okay. Oh, up there.
What a little freak!
Certainly it was just the society in general was against us as well. So you can see how alienated Victor felt even as a child. None of these doors open up to us.
Look at him!
Eventually we go to the attic.
Hey, watch your fucking step. Hey, Gimp, we don't want you here. Fucking freak. Get out of here.
And you can see how mean everyone was to us. We were just, unfortunately,
Come, Victor. Dinner is ready.
So it looks like our
Yes.
family
You're on the right path.
lived in the
We're
attic.
almost done.
And this voice, Adam, is sort of understanding us and relating to us, being alienated from his own father, Daniel, of course, who is us. And so now we start to see we now see the need to become the predator. And this is what the voice has been saying. We need to take care of our own nature.
Perfect. You're almost there.
And Jack was one of them, where we perceived as a deer, and we attacked him and killed him. So you can see how this is slowly been transforming over time, and it's saying that the more that we do this, we are enriching.
There's no other way.
Come, Victor. Dinner is ready.
I don't like it.
Please, you need to eat. Come on, eat. Eat.
Now we've actually been in and for some strange reason we've turned to a diet of birds, hence why we're breeding birds. Whether that's to perfectly keep on with this persona of the Wolfman. That's what happens. What's up? Another mask. So amazing all these different masks that we've had over time. Can I go in here? Yeah. Not very much there. And now we're coming across our second victim again.
Hurry! Your prey's getting away.
Again, we perceived her as a deer. And we used the tool and stabbed her with the tattoo gun. And it's like she was a monster to us. Because remember Serena's strange hair? Because we were awfully vicious.
Yes. That's it.
And it's like we wanted revenge on certain people, and this voice was helping us to do that. You'll notice this bike, there's a constant theme of bikes.
Jesus, this is hopeless.
Because remember, we didn't have legs, normal legs, and the bike became a symbol of us failing, and not just a symbol of us failing, but alienating us from I guess acceptance. Now we're heading down the corridor where all the tin cans were, and that guy was putting a symbol on his door to make sure that he wasn't affected by the man.
There. Now's your chance. Hurry.
Now you know, so we're actually we've blended down into where Amur was killed, so we're about to kill Amur. And werewolves become very violent around full moon. They become active, and it seems to be
Excellent.
What the hell did you do to yourself?
Now, because of our augmentations, now this is a pretty much a twofold thing. in the way that Adam also did augmentations on himself as well. But Victor was rejected by his father, and I guess to some degree, Adam was relating to that. Now, why Adam was actually involved in Victor's life in the first place, it's hard to say. Remembering that Victor must have had.
You're getting rid of that first thing in the morning.
And risk partial to complete paralysis? Great idea, Dad.
God damn it. And he did that? Why? Just to spite me? I told you to stay out of the stacks.
I'm better off there than I am here with you.
Stop yelling. You're only making it worse.
I'm making it worse? Look at him! It's grotesque! It's disgusting! This freak of nature is not my son!
Victor, please. Your father didn't mean it. We're just worried about you, that's all.
So there we see the mother, and we hear the father saying, this is not my son. Because the augmentations that he's made to himself. And again, we can see that we're getting closer and closer into wanting to become the Wolfman. Before we saw Daniel rejecting Adam for having a leg augmentation because he was going to get paralysis. Now that's probably because Adam was a son of Daniel, and Daniel may have had a disease before he had his son. He might have actually had an anaphage, which seems to be the indication, but we'll talk about that at the last video. So hopefully things are starting to make sense now. And now the stage is starting to become set. This is kind of gone just before.
Once upon a time, there lived in a certain forest a brave little wolf, the fiercest creature who was ever seen.
And this is what happened. This is where the society changed me. Or changed Victor. And Victor became the wolf persona, getting revenge on the people who had
It's okay, Victor. Please, calm down.
wronged him all this time.
Mommy?
Talk to him, Victor. I know there is still hope.
Now, before he got here, it's like his mum was trying to tell him to make a connection with God. We were at the church, we were at this, and as a last hope, sort of before he became this creature.
You're not my son!
Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone.
But it didn't work. And it all stems from the bike.
No, not like this.
He just couldn't get.
Jesus, this is hopeless. Look, he's at it again.
And
You're embarrassing me.
We're in for another show.
Look at him.
Just give up already. Oh, it's just fucking sad.
No! Leave me alone!
Look at him.
Isn't he just the cutest thing?
and before that, his mother had.
Please, you need.
So he stopped eating.
You're not my son!
Once upon a time, there lived in a certain village
A little country girl. The prettiest creature.
Congratulations. We're past the first phase of the treatment and it looks promising. Your body is responding well to the genetic material.
Thank you, Doctor. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Oh, that's all right. You'll thank me in a couple of weeks when the shift starts to occur. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the results.
So there we had Vita and the doctor that operated on him. Not sure which doctor that was. I don't think that was. Oh no, I don't think that was Jack. And I don't think that was Adam. But after he had the augmentation.
So you see, while it is technically inoperable, this procedure can practically nullify the symptoms. I'm not going to lie, the treatment is invasive, but it is by far the best option.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Did you hear that, Dan? It should have been you.
So after having the augmentations himself, Adam realized that his mother, who should have had augmentations but had them rejected them, may have lived. And because she didn't have them, we appear to be a monster in his eyes. And that's going to become prevalent really in the last couple of chapters. And you can actually and when it starts to go down, you gotta go behind. You can see him over there. Yeah, still over there, thank goodness. Stay over there. I'm gonna make a run for it.
The people at Chiron, you're making a big mistake. They only care about their bottom line. They don't give a shit about you.
Dad, I know what I'm doing.
What if you're wrong?
Well, what if I'm right? It's something I need to do. For once in your life, can't you just admit that you're wrong?
So, Daniel didn't want his son to join Chiron, but he kind of saw the need to do that. He became obsessed with Chiron. Over here, you'll find the last grave where the rose goes.
She's not here. It's just a body. A piece of flesh. Nothing more. It didn't have to be this way. We can do better. I can do better.
There's the monster over there. So, Adam really, after his mother died, just wasn't accepting of death. He wanted to work out. He believed he could save his mum in the long run. He could change. So the monster's over there. You gotta kind of keep track of the monster on this one. Make a run for it, and we're inside safety. There he is, down there.
Thanks. You better stay here. There might be some very nasty people out there.
So that's what we said to Janice. And we're really the nasty person. Because that was what Adam considers us to be the monster.
Hey!
So there's a card here. Can't talk to him. Now, if you remember who...
You don't. He finds you. He always gets his prey.
The first victim was...
He's always out there, watching, waiting.
It was not Amur, it was the headless corpse.
I'm right on your tail.
Notice how our heart was blue like the monsters. Again, tracing all sorts of weird and wonderful. Now we're back to where we sort of picked up that rose. And this is it. This is where the last victim, or was going to be victim,
You've done well. You've taken your first steps towards embracing your true nature, towards becoming who you really are. But there's still more to do.
You'll never find me.
Caution. Low synchronization. Administer synchrosine.
and that's what the mind of a serial killer is like.
One more of these, and I'll either die or get used to it.
So the serial killer saw all his victims as harmless deer.
Victor, is it? If I can find whatever hole you crawled out of, maybe I'll find some answers.
But as you'll notice that we weren't alone.
Yes.
Synchrosine injected. Strain level decreased.
He was getting information, being conditioned. So who was giving him them the commands on who to kill, and conditioning him? Who was giving him the orders? Now, if you listen carefully, you can kind of hear Adam's voice transition from that unknown voice source at the last second to "You will never find me" was Adam. But of course, the very first corpse, the headless corpse, was that Adam. Well, join me next time as we go further into the murderer's lair. Till then, bye for now.